Hey, Anibabes, it's me, Yasmin,
And me, Salma.
Yo, it's Kumar. What's good?
and this is your weekly dive into all things nerd culture. Hello, hello.
Yo,
What's
yo.
up?
So, how's your week been? How you doing? How you living? How you feeling?
Um, I'm chilling. We're all watching Avatar. Like, let's not lie to ourselves. We're all just rewatching Avatar and suffering because it got hot out of nowhere, and I would like to know what gave it the right for it to be like 50 degrees last week and to be like 70 this week.
True, true, true.
I mean, I, for one, have not been watching Avatar. I know. Put me up on the
You're
firing
finishing Bleach,
squad.
right?
I am finishing Bleach, but I haven't watched Bleach um since like maybe like 2 weeks ago because like I was working on sort of my like last assignment and stuff for the semester, so I've just been doing that. But I have started Black Clover
Ooh, so
in the
that was you
meantime.
who started that. Because I was like, who the
Yeah,
fuck is on episode 1 of my Crunchyroll? Like, who?
mind your business. Okay, like
It's her
moving on.
Crunchyroll.
I'm
But did I
allowed to
ask
wonder.
though?
I'm allowed to wonder. It's my Crunchyroll.
But yeah, I started Black Clover. I wanted to watch Black Clover because I heard like it's a very like contested show. Like there are people who really really like it, and then there are people who don't. And so I was like, I like this. I like a little animosity. Let's select your show. So I watched the first episode, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is just like Naruto, but wizards. So
Yeah, basically.
that's a very hasty generalization,
Jesus Christ! I was about to say, oh my god.
but yeah. So
Let
that
me
was
just
my
say,
week.
like, right off the back for, like, Black Clover, I am a Yuno hater. I do not like Yuno. Yeah, that's all I have to say on that.
Yeah. Oh, also I graduated, so that's cool.
Clearly the least important of that news.
Yeah,
Also, can we get snaps in the chat for Yasmin's graduation? Like, yes, bitch.
yeah. But yeah, that's enough about me. Kimura, how was your week?
It has been a very like up and down of emotions this week. For like one, things are progressing with my boyfriend, and then two, there was a homicide in my apartment, in the extra apartment downstairs.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I don't I don't know if that's a good thing to say right in the podcast.
Uh,
I'll take it
Well,
out later if you really don't
I
want to
mean,
hear. But
well, we
executive
could put it in
decision.
the podcast. It's already in the news, so
okay,
it's not
well,
already known.
Uh,
uh, uh,
uh, okay.
uh, homicides aside, we have someone here with us today.
Okay. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. So we have our friend United Black Heroes on Instagram here. He let us know we could call him United. So, hi United, how has your week been?
Man, not nearly as interesting as y'all guys's. Man, what? In 4 minutes, I heard about different animes and a homicide. Man, week. What is it today? Wednesday. It's not even over. It's hump day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it's been a slow week. Just planning out stuff. Congrats for graduating. I'm about to be a fourth year in college myself. So
Hey.
I'm still on my grind, living that life, dreading when summer's over. But
Oh.
but yeah,
She paid her nickel. It's over. It's over for her. She paid her dues.
For now.
for now.
Yeah.
Masters in the future.
Thinking about it. But for now, I'm just gonna finish Bleach and and then figure out my life afterward.
Okay.
Let me
Makes
just
And
sense.
get through
Bleach
that
comes
first.
first.
it's I highly recommend you finish Bleach. That's one of my favorite animes to this day.
Okay,
Top five.
period. That's
Period.
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Anyone
yes.
who hates on Bleach can't appreciate it.
The haters. They're haters.
hmm And I will say, whoever simplified Black Clover down to Naruto, you kind of missed out. You should add Fairy Tail and Naruto together, and then you
Oh,
have Black Clover. That's
Yeah,
essentially
You
what
know
that is.
what?
you're right.
That makes sense. I have never thought of it that way. And you know what? You're right. You're right.
Because like when I read it, I read manga. I don't got time to wait for the anime to drop, so I just start reading.
I'm sorry.
And
Some of us can't read.
it's okay. I know it's a struggle. It took me a while to get through, but I read it and I was like, man, this is like Naruto. He wants to be the Hokage. I mean, the Wizard King. This is crazy.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh snap! The power of friendship wins everything. It's fairy tale.
To be fair, the power of friendship wins everything is a lot of animes.
Yeah, but not like fairy tale. Fairy tale.
Speak on
If you
it.
every arc where they should have at least lost, or you like, okay, I see how you overcame it, but like, no, because of my love for blonde girl and our friendship, I'm gonna go 10,000 plus power, and I'm like, what?
And we
Y'all
gonna
just
win.
met.
Period.
That's not what I'm here for. I'm tired. I ain't got no homies like that.
Yeah.
My friendship with my homies ain't that deep. I ain't about to go plus ultra for y'all.
I'm screaming.
Not plus ultra.
So you ain't about the smoke for the homie?
I'm about to smoke. I'm about to smoke, but I'm gonna be real with you. If I'm getting my butt whooped, I don't know how much more I can give.
Understandable. True.
I don't know. I don't think I have the power to be that type of anime protagonist either. Honestly, I'm just like, whoo.
You'll get your Samson and walk out if you can't handle.
Exactly. Like, no, what this guy? I'm not the right fighter for him.
I tried my best.
Exactly.
And sometimes that's all it is. You gotta try your best and move
Exactly.
on.
At least I tried.
Okay, speak on it. But thank
Oh,
you, United, for coming to our show today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and sort of how you came about creating United Black Heroes?
okay. Yeah, I created this account. What? Maybe about 4 years ago. Back in
Mm.
high school. Man, I feel old. But yeah, I created back in high school. And I was inspired by another Instagram called United Comics, and every day they post like 5 or 6 different artworks about from different superheroes, animes, comics, movies, all kind of stuff, and they'll put a little like note about them, their bio, their powers, and all that. And I was like, man, this is great. I learned so much in less than a week on Instagram. But eventually, I started to notice there was less black characters that they posted. It wasn't like they were being racist
Oh,
about it or anything, because they
mm-hmm.
posted black characters. It's just that they did everybody, so it'd be a couple of weeks before I see another black character.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I should try it. So I did. I started off posting a few pictures here and there, put some bio information. I didn't used to call myself United Black Heroes. I used to call myself something corny, actually. I don't remember what it was. I don't know. I think I called myself Iron something. I don't remember. It was dumb. But this one guy who followed me, he's like, "Hey, I see what you're trying to do, and if you're gonna try to really showcase black heroes, you should have a name that fits it, or like at least tells people what it's about." And then eventually, I came up with the name United Black Heroes, and ever since then, I've been United Black Heroes. It wasn't though until
Yes.
recently when the coronavirus hit that I actually started to really become much bigger. Because I won't lie, there was a good couple of years I wasn't on this account, but then I
Mm-hmm.
hopped back on. I got back into it. I started collabing and meeting up with indie comic artists and all that. and started posting their work,
Ooh.
helping promote them. And next thing you know, I'm starting to get big again.
Yes, we love a good origin story over here. Okay, but thank you for that. Um, so now I think it's safe for us to move on to our hot take of the week. Bum, bum,
Whoop,
bum,
whoop.
bum.
I hate it here.
Sama, you want to start?
I was gonna say it. It's my week, which means it's disorganized as fuck. Yeah. Y'all
Let's
can't see it,
go.
but I am whipping. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, girl.
um, um, yeah, so this week I wanted to talk about elitism. Specifically, elitism when it comes to the fan base. We've all heard it, we've all been there, we've all talked to guys who are like, nobody could beat Goku, Dragon Ball Z is the best. I hate it here. So I want to know, have you guys experienced elitism in, your fan bases, your communities? Do you see it? Where do you see it? And why do you think it happens?
Hmm.
Start.
I could go. Um, I
Oof.
see it a lot in anime. Um, especially, and I feel like there's like subcultures of elitism within anime. So like you'll have like your Shonen Jump elitists who are just like, I read. I'm on chapter 989 of One Piece. Where are you? And then you'll have like the another brim nosed losers who are just like, I only watch experimental anime like Fooly Cooly. You guys don't know nothing about art. Ugh. And so it's like you see that a lot, and as someone who's not as someone, especially for people who are just beginning to get into anime or just beginning to get into like Japanese animation, manga, what kid you not, it could be kind of like intimidating because then you'll have like these like edge lords with their wall scrolls like telling you that you're not a real fan or that you're a noob, and it's lame, it's corny. Like, get a life or a job or both. So like that's where I've seen it a lot, especially in like anime and stuff.
Yeah, and like, okay, I feel like it stems from like how, back in childhood when we used to watch anime and you would get bullied for it, like, oh, you watch anime? That's so dumb. That like, but it's like it's now like people are doing it is because like back in their day they got bullied for it, and now it's all of a sudden popular, so they feel like, oh, they have to like take the lead of like, oh, well, when did you start watching anime? Well, I've been watching since I was a kid. You don't know the struggles and stuff like that. And it's just like they want to like weed out the people who are just using it for clout, even though that's none of their business.
I
If
Mm.
that
never
makes sense.
understood. Yeah, but I never understood that idea that like people could be using anime for clout. It's like, sure, there has to be like one or two, but like really the majority of people just enjoy it now. They've opened their eyes and their hearts to the wonderfulness that is anime. But like, don't get me wrong, I used to be bullied too. I just don't understand why you would not want more people to enjoy the things that you enjoy. Like,
Because now they don't feel special.
the way I experience this elitism a lot is that like I know I like, especially as I've gotten older, I don't look like super, I don't know, I guess I look very girly. I present very feminine despite not being like, you know, completely female. It like, and it comes across whenever I want to talk about anime to somebody, they're always like, oh, but have you watched this, but have you watched that? I bet you only watch like girly shows, like magical girl shows. I'm like, first of all, I have not seen a magical girl show in my life. I've watched one and it was a magical boy anime, so catch me off that.
Mm.
And then I always find myself talking to the like specifically like DBZ and Naruto elitist men who I'm just like, ugh, they're just like, oh, so you don't like Dragon Ball Z? I was like, the pacing's not really for me, to be honest. Like, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that like it's a very repetitive story, and it's long. And I don't have the attention span for anything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so like,
I will say, in regards to what Yasmin said about what it's like to be bullied for what you liked, and now to see the same people who once cast you down try to join what you did, to them, there's that. Not all people are like, not all the elitists and gatekeepers are like that, or like have that origin, I guess you could say. But for
Your
those that
villain origin
do,
story.
yeah, a good villain origin. It's like, oh man, y'all used to trash me back in the day, but now that it's becoming this hype thing, y'all are trying to jump on the bandwagon. Are y'all real fans? Like, it's not something I agree with. I mean, I don't gatekeep. I welcome anybody who's willing to join. I mean, at times, like FYI, I'm on One Piece of I'm caught up to like 974. So like I'm like one of
Ooh.
those dedicated fans that's like I've seen it all. But like at the same time, like, yeah, you can make it. I hope you guys. Because I'm more the type of person, like, I acknowledge there's a different type of fan base. There's casual people, and then there's hardcore people. And I'm like, a lot of hardcore fans, though, don't like to acknowledge that there's different types of fans. Not everyone's going to be as hardcore into the anime and even comic books as we are. And we shouldn't shame them for that because it doesn't help. Because who
mm-hmm.
knows? Most hardcore fans started off as casual fans.
Okay.
But and yeah, in regards to like the Naruto and the Dragon Ball Z elitists, 'cause I mean, I will say in regards to Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball, that's like that's that was made for guys. That's capturing that guys. Because like, let's be real, there's no romance in Dragon Ball Z. There's no real storyline and depth action to it. There's no real psychological depth to it. It's just straight up. I want to see some niggas fight.
Yep.
I want to see some
And
hands thrown. Even if they screaming
what?
50% of the time, I still want to see this.
And I don't see like, yeah, I agree with you. It was probably not marketed towards girls, but there
Yeah.
are still a good
I
amount
mean,
of
I know
like
there's
girls.
yeah, I know
Mhm.
there's girls that enjoy. I have a few friends that are female that enjoy the Dragon Ball Z, because I mean, because the one thing is like, because shonen is usually targeted towards a male audience. You have a male
Mhm.
protagonist who usually somehow, without even trying, pulls all the hottest girls, which I was lied to at a young age. I was like, this is hard. I can't just walk around and all of a sudden have a bunch of hot girls fall for me. They lying to me. Ain't no way Goku should have got married. He's a terrible father, a terrible boyfriend. Like when
You're
you
not
really
wrong.
break it, when you really break down some of these shonen movies, you're like, these aren't uh, these aren't realistic. But for guys, it's like, yeah, this is quick, simple. We don't care about romance. We don't care about story. I just want to fight. And not to say that there aren't females out there that don't like enjoy that. There are, but that's how they target it. And so, there are some guys out there that are like, "Oh, you guys can't get into it because it's not like you said, it's not a magic girl anime." And I'm like, "Yeah, not you can. They can join. I mean, because I mean, come on, think about it. Have you ever seen a powerful female fighter in Dragon Ball outside of
No.
is it 17? Yeah, I think 17. But even she doesn't really fight that much.
Not really, no.
No.
I mean, Naruto's different. I don't know why people gatekeep Naruto. I'm like, Naruto is for everybody.
I feel like these shows just should be for everybody. Like, yeah, they're marketed towards guys, but it doesn't like give guys the right to like stop me from enjoying and or having an opinion on it. And I
Exactly.
see this a lot in Marvel, like Marvel. Like I love Marvel. I love Marvel movies and I love superheroes a lot, which is like a very big interest of yours. But every time I say I love superheroes, everybody's like, "Who's your favorite superhero?" Like, I bet you it's Spider Man. I was like, first of all, I resent the idea that Superman would be my favorite superhero. He's one of my favorites, but come on, everybody loves Superman. Superman. Oh my god, I said Superman. I meant Spider Man.
I was
It's
about to
like
say.
everybody.
I
I
was
was
I was
like,
getting confused, sis.
I was like, she's talking about DC now. My inner nerd's about
No,
to
no, no,
come out.
yeah, yeah. See, that's what I mean, right? I like some stuff like that,
I
right?
feel
But
you.
I was like, yeah, Spider Man. everybody always says like, "Oh, I bet Spider-Man." First of all, no, fight me, leave me
No,
alone.
stop.
Second of all, like Spider-Man's great. I love Spider-Man. It's just it resents that it like I'm resentful of the fact that like everybody would think that like he would be my favorite superhero based on
It's
like the limited information that Spider-Man is very popular with girls like that. Like has
which
always been the
is
thing. And then I always get
interesting that you say that
yeah.
people assume that Spider-Man is your favorite. I would have never. I mean, I'll be honest. I can't guess who people's favorites usually are, but it's interesting that I didn't know that was a thing that people would assume. I didn't know Spider-Man was popular with the ladies. I mean, I'm not surprised based on his comics, but still, I'm like, man, I didn't know that was a trend becoming. I will admit, I'm one of those guys that if you tell me you like Marvel, I will probably be like, oh, what's your favorite superhero? But not in the sense of gatekeeping, in the sense of being able to see what type of fan are you? How deep can I get with you? Because like I know there's some people like, oh, I love Marvel. Oh, what do you like? Oh, I only watch the movies. Oh, I can't talk to you about the comics. And
Oh.
Oh.
it's like, oh, okay, so you like the movies? All right, you do your thing. I'm gonna just go somewhere else. They like, oh, I love the comics. I remember reading issue 67 of Thanos. I'd be like, oh my god, you know some stuff that I don't know. So I can have a conversation on. We can have the same level of conversation where I don't overpower you or you don't like overpower, not overpower, but yeah, overpower me and what you know or don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with that, um, especially with like comic books, I feel like with the gatekeeping, especially for like women, right? I feel like
Hmm.
it's way more intense than an anime. Like, yeah, you get it in anime, but it's like I feel like with comic books, it's like, or just like the Marvel DC universe in general. Like, it kind of goes back to Kimura's point about the whole like bullying thing. Like,
Hmm.
oh, because like comic books in like the general like American sense have been around much longer and had a much more it has a much more like withstanding popularity, as with manga and like anime have been a little more recent, quote unquote. It's subjective, but you know, like I remember like watching something a while ago about how like superhero movies and things like that weren't really bankable until like the 2000s when like Spider-Man came out, and then that's when like nerds, like comic book nerds and stuff like that, were a little more like respected because
Hmm.
their subculture was becoming like mainstream.
Yeah.
And so if you think about it, you know, comic books have been around for a while now in America, like for the past like at least almost a century. And so imagine being bullied for a whole century
Hmm.
because you like drawn out characters. And then now that it's becoming more popular and also becoming a lot more accessible to people who wouldn't have checked it out in the first place. Like, I mean, I could sort of see why like people kind of build that, you know, defense of, hmm, so are you movies or a comic fan? Huh?
Do you
Well,
remember
Like
what
they'll
happened in
grilling you.
issue of 67 when Spider-Man fought the Punisher? Huh? Do you know when that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but I
well,
think the issue is, right, is that like it becomes like almost like territorial in a sense, like you can't enjoy this because you're not a real fan. You don't know what happens to, I don't know, Black Widow in issues number 75. Okay, did you get to shake Stan Lee's hand? Jesus. Huh? Hmm? I I know his favorite cologne. What about you? And it's like, all right, bye. I'm just gonna go watch, I don't know, Teen Wolf, because now you're pissing me off.
Loki, one of my
well,
favorite
like,
shows.
Okay.
like I 100% agree with you, Yasmin. Where it's just like when it comes to like comic stands, they're a little bit more standoffish when it
Mhm.
comes to their comics. Like they're so like one, I don't want to generalize. Two, like it's like they like once they see that you're into it, it's like okay, well, who's your favorite? Because I bet mine's is better. and they'll
Mhm.
tell you a million and one reasons why theirs is better. You should like theirs, and you should just drop yours to theirs. Well, they'll say like a million and one reasons why their their fave is better than yours, and that you should just drop yours, come to theirs, which is like kind of one of the reasons why like I never really got into comics. Like I didn't want to deal with the standoffish, the whole like, oh, you're now getting into comics, well, you're not gonna last long, or whatever they have to say. So
You're not gonna last long.
you're not
What
gonna
do
last
you
long.
mean
You're
by
not gonna
that?
invest like I've invested into it. So
Nigga,
you're
is this the
obviously not gonna be a
NFL?
real.
You're not gonna last long here. What? I didn't know we were in boot camp.
Man,
you're
yeah, that type
you're
of
not gonna
behavior
invest
is
like I invested. So it was just a turn off.
yeah, that type of behavior is really, in my opinion, unacceptable. Because I will say this, as someone who's been reading comics for so long, like when I made the reference to the whole, oh, you like the Marvel movies, but you don't read the comics. In that sense, it might sound like an elitist
Hmm.
in a lot of cases, but there's actual like there's legitimate to it. Because like when you kind of touched on it a little bit about, oh, you can't appreciate this. Like I will say this: if you ever take the chance to really read some of these comics, a lot of these comics are like really like thought provoking and like emotional. And so like when you see people that only enjoy the movies, and I'll be real, I love Marvel, but okay, I take that back. I'm not a huge movie fan. Like I enjoyed them. I've seen most of the Marvel movies, but to me, a lot of them were just too goofy and didn't truly capitalize on some of the characters' like personalities, like you see in the comics.
No,
Cause
I
like,
know they did Wanda so dirty.
oh, they did her terribly. Oh my god, that I wish they hadn't. I wish they didn't even have her in there. The way they wasted her
Yeah.
potential. Her Black. Oh, they're kind of giving Black Widow her movie finally, but
You
like,
know who I feel like they did dirty from comics, and this isn't Marvel. It's just Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie.
oh, I could go on for hours about the problems with Harley Quinn alone in the Suicide Squad movie. Like, I love the
Ooh.
actress, but like the way they handled that entire movie and that story, I was like, this is disrespectful. How dare you disrespect each of these actors and actresses in their time, having them do this terrible performance? Like, you had such potential. And that's me for a lot of Marvel movies. I was like, y'all had so much potential with a lot of these movies, but you wasted it. You didn't appropriately. I'm one of those guys. Like, if you just take the source material and slap it onto the big screen, I promise you have 10 times more people running to see these movies. You'll have people watching these movies 5 times in a row because people will really come to understand and appreciate, like, oh my god, the depth of this character. Like what I can read in like the characters I read in my comic books that take me 5 minutes have more depth and character than half the Marvel movies with all their 4 hour long movies. So like to me, there's a certain level to that where it's talking about the comparison of like people who just watch movies versus people who read the comics, because that's to me where it differs greatly from anime and manga. Like with manga, I mean like for the most part, it's almost an exact copy of what's being translated onto the show. You're pretty much rewatching or rereading the entire manga. There might be a few
Yep.
changes here and there, but there's no like drastic thing. It's not like there's this big giant world or millions and millions of different versions of the same story of a different take on this story. That's why to me I'm like that translation. That's why I don't get gatekeeping in anime. I'm like, come on, man. It doesn't matter if they read the manga or if they only watch the anime. I mean, you should
Mhm.
only watch sub, but that's personal. That's personal.
Oh,
But
oh,
Yes, thank you, thank you.
yes, yes,
Let them know.
I
let
said
him
it
know.
before and I say it again.
Let
All
him
facts, no
Fucking
printer. All
know.
facts, no printer.
valid, valid.
All facts,
I
Period.
no
No
printer.
motherfucking hate it here. I absolutely fucking hate it here. I really fucking do because you know what? Psychic K was funnier in English dub. I said it. I'll say
You're
it. I'll stand by it.
oh no, it was funnier and subbed It was
I watched it subbed and dubbed. It was funnier in dub. I don't.
see the only reason you say it's funnier in dub is
Disease.
because all dubs are just goofy in and of the voices alone. Just forget the story. Just hearing them talk alone
First of
makes me
all,
laugh.
that's not true.
Sick.
This is true.
Do you
Think
sick
about it.
disease in the mind? Come on, Selma.
Okay, if you go back to like the early '90s animes with their dub, okay, those are actually good voice actors. But nowadays, oh my god, do they sound so goofy? I can't take anything serious. I'm laughing already hearing half their voices.
Oh, 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 oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Give J. Michael Tatum the respect that he deserves. Please do not come for some of these voice actors. They are great.
Mm,
Again, we're putting blame on the studio.
nah.
We're losing track of elitism here. We're not going back to the dub episode. I refuse
Oh
to
yeah, we
clown
are. I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm gatekeeping this
Selma
one.
wait.
I'm
Clown
sorry.
Part 2.
The gate is closed. The gate is closed. You can't
Selma
come
is Clown Part 2. Welcome to the episode, guys.
But kind of going back to anime, something that I've also seen with like gatekeeping, I've seen this a lot with women too, where it's like a lot of like women who don't necessarily enjoy shonen, like they'll also be like shitting on like women who like shonen. Like for me, I like shonen.
Oof.
Yes, do I recognize the issues with shonen? Yeah. Do I recognize that most of the shonen that's out now are like you know, Naruto sons? Yeah, I know. Okay, bite me,
Mm,
but it's still good. Okay, and I enjoy it. Same thing like with Bleach. I know, I'm going back to Bleach, but yes, I recognize Bleach has a lot of issues with the show, but I still enjoy it. But it's like women who are like into whether it's like shojo or just like other stuff, like they'll hate, not necessarily hate, but like they'll be side eyeing the women that like shonen. Case in point, like Megan Thee Stallion. Like I remember when she was doing her Instagram live with Crunchyroll, she was saying like her top five were like Bleach, I think
oh man.
Naruto, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and something else. Oh, Hunter x Hunter. And then like there were like women anime fans who were like, "That's all you watch, girl? Shonen? That's all you like is shonen?" And it's like, damn, let niggas like shonen. It's good. Okay, leave it
Facts.
alone.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be surprised. I'm more surprised. I'm more surprised to hear that when women don't like shonen. Like, don't get me wrong, shonen has issues, but I'm like, how can you not fall in love with half of these characters? Like the story alone, outside of Dragon Ball, is great. I know I'm hating on Dragon Ball, but I'm actually a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. So like, I grew up with
We
that.
criticize things that we most love, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
We just know them well. So
And like
Yeah.
for me, like I only watch shonen. Like I don't really watch like romance and things and like horror because like
Hey, same.
for I only if I was gonna read shoujo, I would read shoujo if anything because I don't know when they adapted to like anime. I don't know. I find it kind of cringy in a weird way.
It's okay. Shoujo written. Like I'm not a fan of it, but I've seen some and I was like, that's not too bad. It's not my taste, but I'm not reading. I'm not gonna read this anymore. But when you watch it, I'm like, God, this is people enjoy watching this. This is low key
Right?
cringy.
Like
How you
I wouldn't say it's terrible, but like how can you sit through this? Because
like
I
that's
for one cannot do this.
yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah, like
So
I forgot.
shonen all day.
Mhm. Like I forgot which like shoujo I was watching. This was like a while ago. This was like when like the Anime Network was like still a thing, and I was like watching a shoujo. I was like, um, this is a this is interesting. Um, okay. And then also like a lot of people who like shoujo don't talk about the issues with shoujo, especially like the relationship issues with shoujo. Oh, I think it was Maid Sama I was watching. Something Maid Sama,
Ooh,
where like the girl is like basically made to this guy in high school. And like when I tell you this nigga was walking her like a dog. What? What? And then
That's just the
but then
freakiness of them.
we don't talk about the non-consensual issues.
Keep your kinks inside your house.
Either do the shoujo lovers. They don't like to talk about the non-consensual issues, but they love to be shitting on shonen fans, talking about you're gonna watch the same 3 fights over and over again. Yep, yep,
Yep, I
yep.
bet you I will. I'm gonna watch the same three
100%.
fights. I'm gonna watch a single fight that spams 15 episodes before I watch some 13-year-old looking girl get walked around like a dog while wearing a maid outfit.
We okay.
No,
Listen, I will
period.
gladly watch Ichigo versus Grimjow
Like, you know how
over and over
cringy that
again.
is? Oh, Ichigo versus Yuakura.
Okay,
Wait, are you gotten that far?
I think
Am
it's
I spoiling
Ukiyo-era.
anything?
Ukiyo-era, yeah.
Ukikura?
Listen, Bleach came out like 8 years ago. If you haven't watched it yet, too bad.
Too bad.
Too
Oh,
bad. Okay,
I mean, I feel
I
you. That's me with anybody who says they haven't finished Naruto. Naruto Shippuden. I'm like, nah, fam. I'm sorry.
they'll be like,
Naruto
no
Shippuden
spoilers.
ended when I was in high school. You about to get spoiled.
Like, Nick, what? If you don't go catch up and go leave me alone, talking about spoilers.
Oh god, if you don't go watch a
How's the
bunch of
artist?
compilations of all the best fight scenes,
Yes. Oh my, I love doing that. Or like the fight scene AMVs where they'll put like some random like I don't know like Linkin Park song.
oh
With,
god,
what those hit like hit, dude.
that one song was that a link? Was it a Linkin Park song for the Karate Kid with what's his name? Jaden Smith, something 100% power of will. I be seeing, you know how many times I be seeing those AMVs of that with some Naruto fight, of Naruto getting his butt whooped by Pain, and then coming back on
Screaming.
top. I'm like, yeah, if y'all don't go watch that, or if you want a little bit more modern, we can slap some XX on there, RIPX. But we keep it real, we keep it modern.
But sure.
I don't know. I just think in general, like if you want people to not shit on you for enjoying these things that you enjoy, I think a better approach instead of just being like, interrogating them like they stole something. I think there's nothing wrong with a little call in, a little call in. Just be like, hey baby girl, issue 50, you need to actually like read the comic books of, the Avengers because it hits so much different than movies.
Here,
Instead of
baby
being
girl,
like,
here's a list of 100 comics I want you to catch up on.
Ooh, no, you cannot say it like
okay,
that.
I don't know about 100 comics.
Hey, if y'all, if you gonna if I've seen people convince others to read all 900 or not read, watch all 900 episodes of One Piece. Yeah, I was like, you can read 100 pages of comics, 100 comics for a single hero. Each of them are different stories and takes, and some of them are the characters even black, drawn properly.
Oh, there we
I've
go.
seen people convince people to read Homestuck, and that shit was 8,000 pages and games and music and shit. So
Yeah, you're
I
not
mean,
gonna
you,
convince me with that,
I'm
baby.
not saying to commit to Star Wars or something where you need to read every book, every comic, play every video game, watch every cartoon to know the entire story.
Mhm.
listen, I watched the original trilogy, and that's it. That's all they got out of me.
Oof.
Nah, fam. I got 10 different issues that I could easily just drop in y'all DM. 5 different video
Whoa.
games that I own at this moment, from my PS2 to my PS4.
What, Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars.
Bold of you to assume I like that. Bold of you to assume I liked it. I did not like it at all. And I am not afraid to say that it. I am
Wasted.
not afraid to say it. It was boring. I was bored.
Ooh.
Damn.
I'm in pain.
You physically
I,
hurt him.
I've never felt such pain in my
And
life.
I'm honest. And I'm honest, bro. Like, ooh, this shit was not for me.
Man, you need to watch Star Wars: The Clone War. That's all I gotta say.
I
The animated.
watched the original trilogy, and that's all they're getting out of me. I
Nah,
said what I said, and
You need to hop
periods.
on. You need to hop on Disney Plus or on YouTube. Someone who pirated some stuff. Watch Star Wars: The Clone War. I promise you, not the
I
movies,
watched.
the show. The show.
Yeah,
I've
I watched some of it.
I've seen
I
a
was
couple
bored.
episodes of this show. It wasn't bad.
I was bored.
The thing in the Mandalorian, right? That's what it's called.
Oh no,
That's
no,
no, that's the new one.
that's the new
Oh,
one. That was good, but I'm
oh,
talking about the cartoon. Like
oh, oh.
the cartoon, if you actually give it a chance, don't get me wrong, it's a slow first season, but when you give it a chance and you actually watch like all the rest of it, you're like, oh my god, this is better than all the movies I've seen. Okay, also I will say this: when I say Star Wars, I don't include the latest trilogy that came out. That's off the table. Other than that, though, everything else is great. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Star Wars wasn't good enough for you.
It was not. Thank you.
I'll
I
pray for
have my
you. I'll
opinions and I'll
pray.
stand by them. I have my opinions and I'll stand by them. Listen, they may not be popular opinions. They may not make people happy. They are mine and I love them.
Wait, one quick note though that that United actually brought up was video games. Also, there's a lot of gatekeeping on video games. How could
That
I
is true.
forget?
That
That
is
is
Oh
very true.
true.
my god.
You know why I don't play video games? Because my older brother was a gatekeeper. And instead of like letting me like come along on the ride of like playing on the PS2, PS3, PS4, like he would keep it for himself so that he can like become better. It's like, oh no, you're trash at it anyway, so you should just put the controller down. While he's on our GameCube with like 3 level 9 computer player for Smash, I will be just sitting there having to watch. So that is why I currently do not play video games. I'm trying to like get back into it, but it's really slow burn right here, y'all.
I was gonna say, as a avid video game player, I'm a huge nerd. I'm a huge geek right now. Video game. I will say video gatekeeping is more toxic than comic book gatekeeping, in the
Wow,
Yeah,
it's
sense
so
that
good.
absolutely.
if
Yeah.
you play, especially if you play any form of multiplayer, like oh my god, the amount of times I've been called trash, I've been called N-word, and all that.
Oof.
Everything I've been told that they're gonna mess my mama up. Oh my god, it's crazy. Video
Oh
game
my
gatekeeping,
god.
because video game gatekeeping is not as like straightforward. I would say as straight up like comic book or anime, where it's like, oh, you play this. Oh, how many of this do you know? Have you played this game and that game? It's not that. It's more in the sense of how good are you,
Yeah,
and
like,
if
do
you're
you
not,
have these trophies? Nah,
yeah, if you're
they
not
ain't,
up to
this
that,
ain't it.
if you're not up to that certain like status quo that they determine, you're trash. You should kill yourself. And if you're black, you're
If
N word.
you did not stay up all night playing Ultra Instinct Goku, it just came out, you're trash. You ain't
Exactly.
worth it.
Like I love multiplayer games. I love like a little Overwatch, a little PUBG, or a little COD or whatever. But I know I suck at multiplayer. Okay,
Mm,
I'm going to let the team down. I'm not gonna defend shit. I'm not gonna protect nobody, and I'm definitely not getting any kill shots. But I like playing it. But I know that if I were to join like a Call of Duty like game sesh, like people will be calling me all sorts of crazy things.
Oh
What?
yeah.
It would be niggas
You're
galore up in there.
yeah. It'd be your enemies. It'd be your own teammates. Like that was me when I tried to get into League of Legends.
Oh.
And man,
no,
man.
no.
I thought
League was boring and were horrible on it. Like I was just like, there's no redemption here.
yeah, I was like, man, this is
Baby.
this I was like, man, this kind of hurts. I was like, this hurts, guys. I was like, I'm just starting. They're like, just kill yourself. I was like,
Oh, damn.
See, you get that. We get rape threats. Like women get
oh,
rape threats. So
I
I'm like,
get
oh,
I got a threat like that before.
yeah, it's like that's horrible. It's like
I'm like,
why again?
and then I don't know. For me, when I hear it, I kind of laugh. I'm just like, are you kidding me? You really gonna take it that far? I'm
Over a
like
game.
over again. Because don't get me wrong, I'm highly competitive. I'm the type of guy to like, I'll probably yell if I see my teammate doing trash. I'm like, what are you doing? Plant the bomb. Just do it. I'll do all that. I wouldn't threaten nobody. I certainly wouldn't threaten them with that, and I'd be like, I think it's time to back out. I think it's time to go. Like, it's not really that serious, especially if you're not really making any money off of it. And
Oh,
then even if you're making money
okay.
off of it, it's not like you're going to be making money off forever, and you're
Listen,
not even making that
Jake.
much money.
mm, Listen, Jake, who's like 13 and lives in Wisconsin, is playing like his life depending on it. He's playing like he's actually in the army. Like I need y'all to relax, okay? I need y'all to relax.
Please.
Cause I wanna play COD and I wanna play other people, but it's like I'm not gonna be called like every slur in the book. Cause then I'm gonna get disrespectful. Because then I'm gonna be like, that's why
Yeah,
your mom looks like hag or something. Like I'm gonna dive deep. And I don't wanna go low. When they go low, I go high, I suppose. But sometimes I like going a little lower, I like digging a ditch.
I feel you. I
So
feel you. I've done that back in my day when I was young. I got low. I was like, "You gonna call me that?" I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna go there too. We just gonna go back and forth." Though it
we're
just,
just,
I remember the funniest moment though for me was when I got called a cracker.
What?
Like this real deep voice dude was like, she's like, shut your white self up, stupid cracker. And I was just sitting there. I was like, is he talking to me? He did. I said that out loud. He was like, yeah, I'm talking to you. I was like, I'm black.
no way.
He was like,
No
what do you
way.
mean? I'm black like you, or I don't know if you are black, but I'm black. He's like, nah,
It's like
not
at
with
least
that trash skill and that voice. I was like, dang,
So you're just gonna
disrespect.
tell me what I am?
I
Okay.
was like, dang, just shook my whole identity up. I was like, man, am I black? Ooh,
You just sat there as your blackness left your body. Like, wow, I
God,
guess I'm not black.
Oh. He
man.
must have been like picking through like a slur generator. It was just like
Oh God,
cracker. Shut up,
I was
cracker.
like, it was a random generated slur. Oh, this is a good one. Stupid cracker. I'm black. Oh, dang, I got it wrong. Hold up.
Oh, wait a minute.
Stupid immigrant. Well, dude, I was born in America. It's like it's
Oh.
ridiculous, honestly. Like I said, video game gatekeeping is way more toxic.
And
And
like, I, for one, I only like to play like fighting games like Tekken, Smash, Melee
oh
type
man,
games. But when it comes to like first person shooter storyline games, I am terrible. Like my like arranging of the camera is never right and I always miss. So I am an easy target. I am a walking easy target. I'm an easy kill, y'all. So um so say if I'm like in a team, I stay getting carried. So I spent most of my time practicing because like I just don't want to be called names. So
I'm just bad at first person shooters. I'm so bad. And then people have been trying to get me to play Apex, and I'm like,
right? What is up with people trying to get me to play Apex? Like it's kind of complicated. Like if you want someone to start off playing games, you try Paladins. It's kind of easier.
nah.
yeah, I've been told Paladins. Yeah.
We're gonna jump right in. You're going feet first, hitting the floor, running.
No,
Okay, thank you.
I can't
Not
do
I
with
don't
that.
have to carry
Apex.
my ass.
Jesus. At least give me like a cute little Overwatch or a Fortnite. God,
Nah.
I'm
Apex?
bad at
Wait,
Overwatch. I
do
was
you say
bad at
Fortnite?
Fortnite too.
Look, Fortnite's way more complicated. Okay, you gotta shoot, you gotta build, you gotta be a construction manager and all that, while being a top elite soldier. Like that's too much.
Okay, but I be building in The Sims, so it works out.
Building the Sims.
Sims is
Oh man, but so I guess we could all agree, video game gatekeeping is probably one of the worst.
yeah,
Yeah, number one.
extremely toxic.
Absolutely.
But like with anime, like even though there is gatekeeping, there's a little bit more camaraderie when like people like, oh, you watch anime, like okay, that's good. But
Yeah,
can your
cause like
fave beat Goku though? No, I knew it.
I will never forget when there was like a versus. You know how like people on like Twitter or like on Instagram, they'll be like, Goku versus XYZ, who would win. I saw one with like Goku versus Avatar. I was like, all right, it's time for me to log out. Huh? What are you talking about?
Uh, if someone's that would have spiked me. I'd be like, nah, nah, nah. I gotta join in now. I know y'all not about to say Avatar beats him. I normally don't partake in these debates, but
Mm.
we're not gonna sit here and compare two different people that are not on the same level. If
First
you
of all,
love
Listen,
Avatar,
I
which
I'm gonna have to disagree with you here. They always say
Oh,
putting Goku with people who would beat his ass. Like I hate it here. They stay saying that Goku beats everybody. I'm like bullshit. It's bullshit, and you know it's bullshit. There
I'm
are just
sorry,
people who who
unless that person can blow up a planet with a blink of their eye, you can't compete with my boy. You
okay,
can't.
but Goku got his ass handed to him like every other episode.
Yeah, by people that can blow up planets. If they
Yes,
ain't blowing up
yes.
planet, then they can't compete.
Listen, any magical girl will kick Goku's ass. That's all I gotta say to this shit. Like,
Oh
oof.
my god.
and I stay saying it, and it's all period. I don't care. Like, there was a while ago that like when One Punch Man came out, they were like, "Oh,
Oh
who
my
would win,
god.
One Punch Man or Goku?" I'm like, bro, like this is stupid. This is a stupid fight. Clearly, One Punch Man. Why? Because he's
Right?
only as strong as it is funny for him to be strong, and therefore he would beat Goku. No cap,
I'm not
nothing.
even going to dine that with an answer.
Yasmin, please
we
tell me you got some popcorn or like let's watch this. Like this is funny.
yes.
no,
You know,
I
like
hate
me
it
and
here.
Little Man.
I hate this. I hate the idea that Goku is the most powerful anime character. He really is not. He's as overpowered as the narrative wants to make it because he is,
And it's like
the
by
main
that
character of his
definition,
story.
he's unbeatable. He
That's not true because
Goku has all the
by narrative standards, again, it's putting something that's like, oh, by narrative standards, he has to struggle at least a little bit. But One Punch Man, absolutely the fuck not. He does not have to struggle at all. He's as strong as it is funny for him to be strong, as
Word
it is
but,
ridiculous for him to be strong. So
but
it
that's
just
the
keeps
thing.
escalating.
With Goku, even if he fights someone who's as funny as they are strong, he is by definition. If he struggles a little bit, he is destined to overcome that struggle. Which means
But
unless
One
even
Punch
no
Man is
matter
destined to never be beaten either.
then by that point we just got an immovable wall and an unstoppable force.
I
We
still
don't
say the
know
power of comedy is better than
the
that.
power of plot armor and plot says Goku cannot stop growing in strength. And if One Punch Man can be infinitely strong, so is Goku, which means neither of them can give.
Is Goku infinitely strong though?
I mean, based on every new
I'm
arc he gets,
pretty sure.
Homeboy touches on a new level of power never before
Well,
seen.
well,
And
yeah,
next
but
thing
at
you know,
some
he's
point
like,
his story has to end, right? At some point his story has to
is
end.
it?
I loved how
There
this
has to
whole
be a
I loved how this whole conversation was about gatekeeping and and sort of the nerd verse, and now we just have people going tit for tat versus on Goku versus One Punch Man.
I'm just saying, like, wow, this is crazy.
Wow,
I
that's
feel like we
crazy,
always bring
bro.
this up every episode. I feel like we bring this up every single episode. This specific like little uh conversation. So we're
Because
gonna
you
move
know,
on.
in our hearts, we want to put it to an end, but you have to put out the facts on why it should end.
Fact, Goku can never be beaten.
Fact, One Punch Man can't ever be beaten.
So with these two
Wow.
facts combined, it's a tie.
This is stupid.
And with that, I think we can move on on our hot take of the week. Thank you guys. So now
Whoop.
let's move on to the next segment of our show. This is shit post of the week, where we find things on the internet that make us laugh. So
Can
I have a tweet that is kind of a throwback tweet. Uh, so do y'all remember when Brother Nature got jumped out in
yes,
Miami?
No?
I remember.
I
I
remember
remember.
this very clearly. So yeah, so long story short, our favorite Steve Irwin, Puerto Rican Steve Irwin. He
Oh, he's Puerto
was in.
Rican.
I think
Yeah.
he. I think so.
He's
Or
either Puerto
Dominican.
Rican or Dominican. One of those.
One of those. So he was out. This was last year, I believe. So he was out in Miami, enjoying himself. Had a couple too many drinks. Think he was in. I want to say it's a Waffle House, but I could be wrong on
Always a
that.
Waffle House.
Should always be going down in those. But he started being aggressive towards this young gentleman. Um, Young gentleman begins to put the paws on him. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. He goes
Uh-huh.
on the Big Bird app of Twitter, and then it's just like, I've been assaulted for no reason. And then we find out all these, concurring details. And now Brother Nature, I hope he's in nature, feeding deers and things. And ever since then, he's just been clowned for it and has never really been back on Twitter like that. So,
He's out
my,
with Canela.
yeah, because, deers can't fight, and so can he. So, it works out. So, my shitpost of the week goes to that, where Brother Nature tweets at. Oh, this was like pretty recent. This was like in December.
Oh,
So, on December 7th, 2019, Brother Nature tweets, I know there's a video out of me getting jumped. Everyone, oh, it's a pizza shop. Everyone in the pizza shop literally just watched with their phones out and did nothing. Oh well. And then we had Sean King. Yes, same Sean King, activist, um, scammer on Twitter, who was like, we will find these men who did this to you. Huh? He was making it sound like he was attacked by the Charleston Rally March outside. Son, he got beat up because he was trying to act high and mighty and thought his shit didn't stink. Please. When I tell you, Sean King, he's known for like finding people and like getting, their addresses and shit like that. So I know he was like dead serious about
Hmm.
this, which makes it just all the more funnier. like, sir, just take your L in peace, bro. We win some, we lose some, and you
So he's
lost
gonna
that
get the
badly.
address, but what is he gonna do with it?
I don't know. I guess
If you
dox
don't
the
pull
guy.
up
I
on
don't
them,
really
know.
not fight him.
nah. If you don't pull up,
Gonna get
Pull up with Canela and shit. Pull up with
right?
his deer.
Canela and the fam.
Bullshit. Like, wait. Like,
Yeah, so that's my shit post of the week.
All right, Canela. With all the strawberries I've given you, now it's time for you to repay my kindness. Go get him.
What Canela gonna do?
hey, I don't know if you ever been hit by a deer. They pack a punch. Yeah, that's like getting hit by a horse.
Exactly. Canela got this. Come on.
She does. What's the other
All
deer's
right.
name?
Oh, I don't know about the other deers. Ooh, we don't care about them. Canela's the only one I care about.
Canela's the main.
Camilla need to bring her whole squad and run up on that homeboy.
They better
Avenge Brother
knuck.
Nature.
Mm-hmm. They better knuck if you buck. Yeah, I punned that.
I knew it was
anyway.
going there. I felt it too. I was like, she said, "You better knuck." I was like, should I
No,
say
if you
knuck
buck.
or should I just let it slide? Then you said it again. I was like, she's going
All right. Anybody else have a shit post of the week? Because I know
Y-
I don't. Because I never come
Yes, I
invited.
do. So we all know, Avatar coming back. So I was on TikTok. That's where I found that
Oh.
shit post. And it was about a post on Twitter. I actually sent this in the group chat earlier.
No.
And it's like, white people love asking what gender they would be. But baby, there are no white people in Avatar.
Not an
And they're
M.
right.
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, if
there.
you
Yeah,
want to
everybody was
consider
Asian.
M Night Shyamalan's, um, historical revisionism of Avatar live action. There
I will
were,
not consider it.
We will not be counting that, ma'am.
just playing
Like
devil's
the Percy
advocate here.
Jackson movie, that did not happen. Like the Percy Jackson movie, this Avatar movie didn't happen. We don't talk about it. Like the second season of Young Justice, that didn't happen either.
Fake.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Right? She's been on this for years, bro. She's been on this for years.
I
Two.
will not let Wally West die. It
What you talking about?
It's time for you to let him go.
No.
Let him go. He's been dead a lot longer than you realize.
Oh,
Not in my. If I don't watch it, if I don't read it, it didn't happen. So
It's time for you to let him go.
I
It's
will
time to let
not.
him
I
go.
refuse to. I would not. I refuse to.
Wally West is dead.
Moving on. What about you, United? Do you have
Do I have a shit
shit
post?
post?
You know?
You don't have to. I never come prepared.
Yeah, I don't have one. But I actually do. Actually, I have a post that a artist drew, and it was actually pretty hilarious. I could share this with y'all on the Instagram.
of course.
But it's by a guy named N. David Vol. I don't know how to say it. It's supposed to be individual, but he put David in the middle because he's trying to be unique, you know?
Yeah, just send the name spelling to us, and we'll just put it in the description. Like we'll have it down in the description.
But yeah, it's pretty much he's a black artist. He was showing a black mother being tested by her little child, and her having that face of am I young enough to go to jail and still have another child?
Huh?
Y'all ain't never had that where you get on your mother's nerves so much to the point where she contemplates going to jail and whether or not she can
All
Oh,
the
have a
videos of
child.
my
absolutely.
mother.
Absolutely.
All the videos of my mother contemplates hitting me. She will just throw something instead. Like
Thanks.
my mom, there is no hesitation with my mother. She'll go to jail. She don't care.
Oh my god. Yeah, this art is amazing.
She got
You
a
should check
mouth.
out his.
Oh, I love.
Oh God, that's what I said. I was like, oh, my mom would have snatched me up in a heartbeat.
Woo. If I were to say this thing, when I tell you I will be on the 10 o'clock news talking about where are your children? Yep.
Like my mama would say, my lip will be bust. My lip bust in two. Now what? Two bust lip.
The emphasis on two.
Both of you guys would have gotten to that next sentence. I would not have. My teeth would have been on the floor already. You know how many times my mother threatens my teeth for just looking at her? I'm just like, oh, no, thank you.
The next thing you know it, your teeth are gonna look like a whole Amtrak.
I'm gonna just wake
Yep.
up and it's June.
I wasn't expecting that one. Hey, all right. Now we're gonna move on to our recommendation corner.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Where we recommend something to y'all. So who would like to start, or who has a recommendation that they want to put on?
I don't really have a recommendation, seeing as I've had a very eventful weekend.
Yeah.
You know, with the homicide and all that.
Yeah, so I will say, stay indoors, kids. It's dangerous out there. And wash your hands. That's my recommendation.
Okay.
Next caller.
I could go. So I'm gonna recommend a show this week. Um, that I've been that I've seen some buzz about and definitely have checked it out a little bit, and I'm definitely gonna watch. So have you guys seen Blood and Water on Netflix?
No.
That
So
sounds
yes,
familiar.
Blood and Water on Netflix is a Netflix original in South Africa. Okay, continent.
Ooh.
So yeah, and so it kind of follows around a group of students that go to a boarding school and all that fun shenanigans. It kind of gives me like Stella in the Spades, but um, a series, which yes, I love me a good series, and not to mention, mostly all black cast, dark skin, black female character who is not a one note character at that. So I have to stand. So I would definitely say check out Blood and Water. I'm probably gonna binge it this weekend because I'm free now from my restraints of of the academic institution. So yeah, check out Blood and Water on Netflix. Support Black people.
Are we only recommending shows?
You can recommend
No,
shows, creators, movies, comics,
anything.
anybody.
I mean, I got a couple things, and I know a show I recommend is called Kingdom on Netflix.
Oh, I've been meaning to watch that. Go ahead.
It's a South Korea it's a South Korean historical drama with a little bit of horror. Well, not a little bit. It has a lot of horror in it. It's actually really good. I was a bit hesitant about it at first, but man, that was a good series. I can't wait for I think it's released 2 seasons already. I can Yeah, they have 2 seasons out, and I can't wait for the third season. But like that was a really good show. I highly recommend. And then another show on Netflix is I don't really I don't know. You can watch the show on Netflix, but I recommend if you read the manga for Keegan Ashura.
Oh, I just started watching that.
I recommend you read it.
It's better?
Cause the thing that made me fall in love with the manga, they didn't highlight and show in the actual like animation. Like, don't get me wrong, the fight scenes are great. If you go for the fight scenes, that's cool. But if you want the actual like story depth between each character, I recommend you read it because like the writer of it, he did a really good job, and like you
I
never
just
really
might
know.
because I don't like the art style. Like,
I feel you. I feel you. I
the,
don't like the art style itself, but
like for reference, guys, the art style is kind of like Ajin.
Oh,
yeah. So
yeah.
Yucky.
I'll say it kind of works with itself when you get to the. Cause have you gotten to the tournament,
Like
the full
I'm like
fledged
on
tournament?
my way into the tournament. Like I'm on like episode like 4.
Okay, so yeah, it kind of works with it. I personally don't still I don't really like the art, but I still watch it just to support one of my favorite mangas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I recommend you read it. It's a better read.
Alrighty.
And
All
then
right.
I don't know how y'all feel about webtoons.
Oh,
We love webtoons
we
here.
love webtoons over
What you
here.
got?
We stand webtoons here. Manhwa, the best.
So one of the webtoons I recommend, this is actually made by I think they're this is a it's called Children of Dima. It is a black webtoon, specifically
Oh,
African.
ooh,
Oh,
I will look that up
come
right
on,
now.
continent. Come on, continent of Africa. Yes.
It's actually really good. I'm not sure if they're still continuing or if they're going to be going separate of like posting them like publishing their own stuff. But it's really good. And then Urban Animal.
I'm
That is
reading Urban Animal. I'm
amazing.
reading it.
Oh my god, that's an amazing series.
It's so good. I'm not
God,
up
wait
to
till you
date
get
with
to
it
the
yet,
end.
but like, oh my god.
Listen, I'm not gonna spoil it, but let me tell you. Oh my god, that ending. Woo, I was bouncing out of my seat. I was like, oh my god, this needs to come back soon.
Another like one I'm reading but not up to date with. But please tell me you're reading Hardcore Leveling Warrior.
Oh yeah, I'm fully up to date.
Damn right. I need to get up to date. Like I stopped reading for like a brief moment, but now I'm like getting back into my webtoon reading. So
Oh my
I'm about to
god,
finish that soon.
you need to hurry. Like, oh my god, that's one of my favorite webtoons, hands down. Like,
Which one? Urban Animal
hardcore.
or
Both honestly, they're my top 6.
my top is I would say is Hardcore Leveling Warrior. Like it's so good. the art style, the characters, like
Honestly, like I'll
even
be
the
real. Like when I
female
first,
characters are
oh,
strong. Like
the
what?
female characters are great. I love their depth to them. I was like, oh my god, you guys aren't damsels in distress. You actually have some substance to you, and you're
I
not
love
just
it
you're
here.
not a love interest either. I was like, this is great. Like, what more could I ask? But yeah, definitely
Mm,
check out that.
all right. So I have a lot to add on my watch slash read list. Look at me. If I'm not like a full hikikomori by the time summer is over, like I've obviously failed in my life ambitions. So, or I got a job. But with that, I think it's safe to say it's time to end the show, guys.
Oh, I don't get to recommend things? Okay.
Oh, my
Do you
bad.
recommend?
I thought you didn't
I
have
did
any.
not. No, I didn't have any shit post of the week.
Oh,
Oh, my
whoops.
bad. Whoopsies.
It's just a really quick recommendation. If you guys are into indie music and songwriters, which is like if you like I guess MX Tunes, if you liked Cave Town, if you like I'm forgetting his name. Point is, if you like that type of music, you would definitely check out Penelope Scott on Bandcamp or on her TikTok or on her she's on YouTube and Spotify too, but she doesn't really post a lot of her original music there. She posts a lot of more of it on Bandcamp. So if you guys want to check her out, it's Penelope Scott. Um, I would recommend checking out Sweet Hibiscus Tea because that is my favorite song right now. I am fully obsessed, and I'm just waiting for her to drop the full version on Bandcamp. So now we can end the episode.
Yeah, sorry, false alarm, guys. But thank you, Sama, for that recommendation. Definitely. Um, I like me a little indie music, so I'll check it out. But yeah, so that's the end of our show. Um, quick little plugins. Follow United Black Heroes on Instagram because you need to. Duh.
Yep.
Like I don't have to explain that. Um, yeah, so follow United Black Heroes. They post a lot of just really great art, especially um black superheroes and black centered art. And we love that over here. Support black people. Period. Um, would you like to say anything on that, United?
Yeah, if you're looking to see artwork by black folks, for black folks, or just artwork of black people, you should definitely check it out. Or if you're looking for new comics to check out, or indie black comic producers, or publishers, I should say, you should definitely check it out. Uh, shout out to Concrete Comics, one of my favorites. You guys should definitely come support. If you want something for blacks and by blacks, you should support blacks then. And that's what I'm here to do, help promote and all their artwork and their comics so that the world knows about them.
Yes. Like I said, support black
Awesome.
people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Period.
Support
No
black
Grammarly.
artists. Go.
No. So yeah, and
Awesome.
also follow us on social media at Anibabes Podcast, Instagram, Twitter. Yes, I know we have a Reddit. No, do I know? I don't know how to use it. So I don't know. That's there, I guess. Follow it if you
Also
want.
on TikTok.
Yes, we're
But
also
on
on
TikTok,
TikTok.
we're Anibabes PCast, and it's just a lot of shit posts. There's just a lot going on there.
Where it's currently being run by Salma.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't say that.
So take that with what you will.
Ah, wow. Okay. Ouch.
But yes. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye bye.
Peace.
Love you.
We
Take
Mwah.
love
care.
you here.